What's going on, guys? Doing here today, we'll be going over a ticker symbol analysis on the ticker symbol NIO. NIO, guys. After seeing NIO chop around for quite some time and have a very harsh retracement, we're seeing stock in a very tight channel, showing a lot of early signs that we could potentially have a lot of short-term upside momentum. With that being said, guys, let's jump into this technical analysis breakdown, starting off on the weekly analysis of NIO stock chart, guys. We are seeing, a clear descending trend moving lower. This being established with these lower highs, right, moving downward, and these lower lows. But what I think is interesting, guys, is that we are seeing some bullish divergence in the stock chart, which could potentially lead to some short-term reversal. We've seen stock price collapse at this very obvious level where in the past there was a lot of upside, guys. We came crashing all the way down, losing this floor, dropping with this big body bar, moving down a pretty sizable measurement, around 50% in stock price, before having a very massive surge of around 80% in stock price. Once again, guys, we come all the way down, right? We break this descending channel. We have these 1, 2, 3, 4 hammer candles, this bullish reversal on the ski level, and we slingshot up before finding resistance and collapsing right back within this range, guys. We're effectively just chopping around. We retest the top of these trend lines. We fail. We sink down to this critical level, guys. Once again, we come back to this very important level where in the past, there was a lot of upside potential. And we immediately shot beneath it, looking like the sellers, once again, just as they did over here, guys. They get a good risk to reward setup. They want to get in here to short it. But that's not what happens. It immediately shoots back up and traps these short sellers. So, looking at the psychology after it shoots back up, it's a lot of indecision, right? We kind of base out, not really doing much. We're seeing red candles where sellers are in control, but they're not really able to do much. We more or less just hop in a consolidation, moving down, until establishing that clear higher low on the weekly analysis, forming bullish divergence. So despite having still clear lower highs moving down, being here, right? Seeing this bullish divergence and trapping all these short sellers in this notoriously known spot where they like to short, just like they did here in the past, guys, right? This was a big double bottom level. We came down with these hammer candles, getting that reversal, seeing a massive surge in price, incredible move up before coming right back down, confluencing the zone, getting another incredible bounce. But a 40% in stock price, guys, that's not a bad movement at all, right? So when you see this floor collapse, guys, that's typically where bears like to get in. So to see an even more critical level being tricked out by the bears, there's short sellers who are trapped in this position, especially considering that this is a stock that is descending historically, right, over the years, guys. So on the weekly analysis, we do remain short-term bullish, especially if we can see stock price start to get that follow through, to get over this wick of this top candle being 390. So this is when I think a lot of guys, who do technical analysis can be a little bit more surface level. We see stock ascending, setting lower highs and lower lows. We're moving in a downward trend. So we're immediately bearish. But, we have seen a flip in the market structure with this bullish divergence and effectively these short sellers who are trapped. And the psychology after that was not very strong. So most definitely there's a lot of upside potential for the short term. So although it is a little bit early, right, we want to see this green bar explode and get that follow through over 390 and continue to move higher and break out of this descending channel we do have. But as of now, guys, there is a lot more upside to be had on the short-term aspect of NIO weekly analysis, guys. NIO is incredibly responsive to these descending channels, which we do see. We will highlight that a little bit darker so you guys can get a better image of that. But looking at the chart, I mean, you clearly see 1, 2, 3 days, 4 days, and then a massive flush. We emerged all the way back up with zero problems at all before running right back into this, leaving another day, another. We just have a ton of confluence in this area, guys. There's been around, 20-something days where stock has got to this area, shot down, comes right back up, shot down, right back up, shot down. So the C stock price setting that higher low, which we did mention, right, on the weekly analysis, guys. You got to wonder, man, there's some serious compression to be had in this area. Seeing that nice and clear higher low, stock starting to accumulate on the lower time frames regaining this support level and we have a nice big wide bar pressing up. Right away, guys, if we take away every single resistance support marker and we just zoom in a little bit closer, guys, we haven't seen a movement this strong of this candle, which we've seen today, in quite some time, which is a really nice sign, guys. It's a super simple technical analysis technique, but when you see this nice, strong, wide body bar pressing up, that lets you know that buyers are willing to get in throughout the entire day as they jumped in every single hour and closed the candle all the way up, right? If we look in the past, in this prior dip area not too long ago, we've seen the exit, right? The clear exit of this other, right, descending channel. I'm kind of squeezed out into this little formation. And we've seen a nice big body bar exploding out of this range. So we're seeing a very mirrored image to that, guys. And it definitely does look good. It definitely does look good, as when we look at all these other candles, we haven't seen that kind of liquidity. We've seen it here, but there's a big wick on top. Still a lot of buying pressure. It looks great, right? And we've seen one here, but there's still a wick on top. You know, we haven't seen one of those strong, big, nice candles like we've seen over here in quite some time. In quite some time. You know, we did kind of see one here, but we did run into that resistance. And even within that context, guys, we still raised, 6% in stock price since, which is not a bad movement at all. So we're definitely seeing a lot of strength approaching this very, very clear descending resistance where stock prices continue to accumulate at for months, guys, really. Keep it as simple as that. So that's the number one thing we want to watch in the daily, guys. And the clear sign that we will get the breakout of this descending channel really will be that big 390 level, guys. This is a very, very important level, which we did break out previously from this very, very strong day, right? So if stock price can effectively get over $3.90 with some strength, there is a lot of upside potential. As from there all the way to the next resistance zone is about, a 16, 17% movement, which looks good, guys. But, these short-term movements are nice, guys. But, what really is more of a statement for NIO is setting this higher low, which we are currently setting. If we can move in the right direction, break out of this channel, start to get some heat, this is what NIO needs to see, guys. As when we jump over to the monthly analysis, I mean, it is very, very beat down. We came all the way back down to these 2019 and 2020 levels where if you told investors back around this 2020 and 2021 time that we would regress all the way back down, no one really expected. So we're hanging out right in this very, very key pocket, showing a lot of short-term momentum signs, guys. On the hourly analysis, guys, we do see how strong this descending resistance is, guys, right? In the past, we had this ascending support moving up strong before rejecting for around 10 hours of price action, just completely. Whenever we get to this spot, guys, we get to crush, right? You see this big gap up. Stock price at one point was a nice big green bar, just like this one, pressing up high before completely reversing, guys. Right, we grind right back up, completely reject. Come right back up, completely rejecting. We come all the way back down for eventually getting the retest. Very, very beat down. A lot of room to the upside at this point in time. Get a very strong movement with a ton of volume, guys. And once again, we reject to a cent. So this level has been so well respected. And the sledgehammer theory remains to be true over the years. And this is why you got to bat an eye here, guys. If you take a sledgehammer to any single object and you smash it, 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 you smash it. Eventually, guys, object is getting weaker, and you might get a little bit more mad. The buyers might get a little bit more surged up, and the better swing, the more momentum, the more power, the more times you've hit it, there's a higher probability you get the breakthrough. And that theory is so simple, but it's a great analogy. And that's what we're seeing currently, guys. We're seeing stock price have that nice strong wind up, right? A very good attempt with the sledgehammer. It already beat down this resistance, has multiple test points. And if it does break, guys, the floodgates could open up. There is a small chance maybe we do run into 390, this previous top out area over here, and consolidation over here till it drop. Maybe we do get that false breakdown, but considering the relative strength and the bullish divergence with these higher lows on the daily time frame, I think it's a lot more likely we do get the breakthrough. And even if stock price doesn't, okay, say we reject, considering we're right at this level, we knife down, right? We still have this ascending support moving up. So somewhere around that 367, 368 range, stock price could easily get a retest and break of this zone. So keep that in mind, guys. We'll be following this ascending support on the hourly. Definitely is a good, backup plan if we don't get the breakout. But unbiasedly, just looking at the chart, guys, let's flip back to the daily. I mean, would you rather short in these highlighted areas where stock has these clear reversals, right, in these big data points areas, or would you rather short seeing this big wide bar pressing down after trapping these short sellers in this area, setting a higher low? Such a simple introspective technical analysis technique, guys, but being all the way at the bottom of this floor, there's just a whole lot more upside than down. Is there a world where the stock price does flip and we see downside? Yes, but we will see confirmation to that, guys. This ascending support will break. We'll break through this floor level and we'll move down. So even from a risk reward standpoint, guys, I mean, there's a great risk reward for the buyers here, and there's really not for the sellers, right? If you're a buyer, you get in here, you set your stop loss literally right below these lows, not offering much, and you have all this room up here. I mean, arguably a 10 to 1 risk to reward. Maybe a bit exaggerated, but you could literally just, risk these lows and target somewhere up here. So it definitely does appear that the sellers, as the stock is very beat down, guys. Technical analysis works, and we've seen it work time and time again with multiple different data points. And seeing that buyers have clearly started to take control, you definitely got to lean bullish for NIO moving into the next few days. But with that being said, guys, we will remain data oriented. We'll continue to follow NIO as it transpires over the next few days and or weeks. If you like the video, guys, consider like, subscribing. We will cover NIO as much as you guys want to see these videos. Have a good day. Take care and peace.